What's up, my friends? Welcome to a brand new video. This one, short, sweet, get down to the point. You may or may not have heard, I don't know, but there are several different Army installations that have to change their name because they were named after Confederate leaders. We've talked about it here on this channel, where I've talked about the name changes as far as which installations it affects, what the new names are. But today I wanted to kind of spend a little bit of time to actually let you know when this is taking place, because we have the dates as to when this will go into effect, when you can expect these changes to take place. On some cases, it's already happened. Some are coming up really fast. So let's dive into it and let's talk about what the dates are as far as when these implementations actually come into effect. We're starting off Fort Rucker. Fort Rucker goes to Fort Novosel. That has already happened. That happened on April 10th. So that is now Fort Novosel. It is no longer Fort Rucker. I'm sure some people may still want to call it Fort Rucker, but officially it is now Fort Novosel. Now, Fort Lee, that changes over to Fort Gregg Adams. That takes place on April 27th, so that's coming up pretty quick, unless you're watching this after April 27th, but Fort Gregg Adams will be official on April 27th. Fort Hood, that is changing to Fort Cavazos. That happens on May 9th. Then we have Fort Benning, home of the infantry. A lot of people went to basic training there, OSIT, all that fun stuff. Changing to Fort Moore, that will take place on May 11th, when it'll be official that it'll be Fort Moore. Fort Bragg, another big one people are a little up in arms about. That changes to Fort Liberty, and that will take place on June 2nd. Fort Polk is changing to Fort Johnson. Now, that one does not have an official date, but it's most likely it's going to happen in June, as the officials say. So possibly sometime in June, Fort Johnson will be the new Fort Polk. And then last one we're covering here is Fort Gordon. That changes to Fort Eisenhower. No official date yet, but it is believed that it'll most likely happen in October, as that is when Dwight Eisenhower's birthday is in October. So it makes sense for them to make it official probably in that month, maybe somewhere around or near his birthday, of, you know, being official from Fort Gordon to Fort Eisenhower. So that's the dates. That's when they take place. I'm sure some of you pretty against it, you know, that's fine, right? Maybe, you know, you're always going to call it Fort Benning, always going to call it Fort Bragg. Eventually we're going to get to a point, you know, where nobody's going to know it as those installations, as these are the new ones, but this is when it takes effect. This is the dates that the Army, the officials, have put out to when this actually takes place. So in the comment section down below, let me know what your thoughts are. I know for some people it's a very, very sore subject, right? It's the place you were, you know, going to basic training at, you went to OSIT at, the place you were stationed at, all sorts of things. Some people have meanings to it, ties to it. Maybe don't care about why it's named after a certain person. Maybe it means something to them, whatever the case is. Maybe some people are glad for the changes, and that's fine too, right? I'm kind of on the neutral side. I mean, I guess I understand why they're doing it, I guess, but still it's history and it feels weird changing something that's always been named that for a very long time. So I don't know. Either way, there's nothing we can do about it. It's changing. Drop your comments down in the comment section down below. If you want to continue watching some more videos, I got some videos that probably popped up on screen. You can check out links down in the description box if you'd like to follow me on social media. Thanks for hanging out. Hopefully you got some good information out of this. I'm Christopher Chaos, and I'll see you next time. See ya.